in our previous games, we're going to see something that's going to come down to the wire.
So the Dinos, as we said, 4-11, 1-7 in region play. So as you said, the Dinos look like a different team. As the season goes along, people are starting to come back. They're getting healthy, and they just even look a lot better.
That they do. I mean, you dealt with injuries early in the season, and that's always not fun to deal with. But at the same time, for your development, that's one of the best things that could have happened. It's forced this team to really adapt and learn how to play together as a team. You go down, you lose your leading scorer in Kyler Orth midway through the season. You lose a lot of key players for the squad, Logan Bennett, Ridge Butler, and you have to come together in a different way to try and win these basketball games, and I think Carbon has done that in spades.
So the Dinos tonight on the road once again against the Delta Rapids, a team, like you said, Aiden, that they played earlier in the season. But the Dinos, talk a little bit about the Dinos, how they've improved this season so far from the beginning of the year to where they are now.
I think in terms of growth, you can see one of the biggest jumps on the court from Cannon Mortensen. The senior, he came in, he was the second leading scorer. Start of the season, he was averaging about 9 points a game. He's ballooned into one of the star scorers for the Dinos, and that's what he needed to do. He's up to about 12.5 points per game, something which, if you would have said at the start of the season, would have seemed a little out of reach for him. But in the absence of so many players, he's stepped up big time, and he's become a senior leader for the squad. So not only has he developed, in his basketball ability, he plays great defense, he has great offense, especially in the post and beyond the arc. But where he's really developed the most is his skills as a leader. That's what he's been doing oh so well. Without him, he's kind of the little lifeblood of this, You can think of the basketball team as kind of an engine. Everyone's got their different parts, and he is playing his to perfection. I think another one that goes along with that is the play of Carter Warburton, who over the course of the season, he started the season, there were some concerns from coach about his play, being him struggling a little bit with the varsity speed. But I think as the season has gone on, he's really adapted extremely well to the speed of the game. He's someone who, you look to be the lifeblood of this team, someone to ignite a spark underneath the Dinos when they need it most. And he did that against Juab. He had a little 6-0 run that helped bring the Dinos back into the game before they lost in that heartbreaking fashion, 60-56.
I think with some of the injuries that the Dinos have suffered this season, some kids have got playing time, and they have definitely improved, and they have stepped up, and they're playing well now. 9 kids scoring in the last game for the Carbon Dinos.
I think one of the biggest groups that has stepped up, Sonny, is the sophomore trio on this team. Case Griffith, Jackson Bozzoni, and Carter Branch have all played a pivotal role in these later games of the season. They're playing major minutes in the varsity. And if you look down on the court right now, Sonny, they're still playing in the JV game. So they come in, they have about 1 or 2 games underneath their belt on the day, and they just keep playing into the varsity game. And, it's rare to see sophomores step on to the varsity basketball court and not look at least a little lost. But when those 3 are on the court, Sonny, the Dinos are in good hands.
Absolutely. I mean, Logan Bennett, out, and Ridge Butler out, and Orth coming back. But, like I said, the Dinos have suffered some injuries, but they've got some good play now off the bench. And I think their bench is deeper now for that.
I think so, too. That is something that, as they start getting these players back and they get healthier and healthier, that's something that come postseason time is going to be an advantage that they didn't necessarily have at the start of the year. Start of the season, they were running about an 8-man team.
Right.
And now they've been forced to go deeper and deeper into that bench, and now they know that they have an entire 12-man roster who can score the ball and play and compete at the varsity level.
Take a look at Delta, 8-8, 1-7 in the region play. They've lost 6 in a row. They're ranked 12th in the RPI rankings, but there's a couple of players that the Dinos really have to watch tonight. In fact, I think there's really 3 players that the Dinos have to watch tonight. One of them being Bronco Bundy. He's averaging 10.2 points per game, 4 rebounds, a couple of steals. He's all over the court. The junior is somebody that sets the tempo for this Delta team.
Yeah, not only is he a great basketball player, Sonny, he's got a great name. Bronco Bundy isn't one you're running into in the wild that often. But, yeah, he leads the way in scoring. The Dinos did a good job last matchup keeping him in check. But the problem came when they let Mason Robinson start going off. The junior averaging about 9.5 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and nearly 2 steals a night. He's someone who the Dinos are also going to have to keep in check. And that's another thing that they've greatly improved on this season is that development from letting They did a good job early on stopping those star scores, but they let everyone else around them go off. That hasn't been the case in the past few games. They've really done a good job playing solid defense all around, and not just on the number one option.
Tate Topham, 8.6 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. He's a good ball player. The Dinos will have to keep an eye on tonight. But, maybe one of the best overall players on the Delta is Kobe Driggs. He is averaging 5 points per game, 5 rebounds per game, steals, rebounds. He does a little bit of everything. No stat is high, but he does everything.
And the fact is, Sonny, he does that all at the height of 6'7".
Right.
The kid's a giant on the court. There's no way around it. And once he gets control of his body and learns how to use it as a tool and as a machine, that's when he's really going to explode. And the Dinos are going to be hoping that he doesn't fall into that tonight. And that's going to be the job of the trio of bigs: Evan Lancaster, Maxwell Carlson, Cannon Mortensen, and Ty Mortensen. They're going to have to stop him from getting going.
We'll take a break here on the Landis Diesel Service pregame show. When we come back, we'll talk a little about the RPI rankings, go through the 3A rankings. Then we'll have an interview that we'll play with you with Coach Brower. And then it should be about time for the tip-off tonight between the Carbon Dinos and the Delta Rabbits. We're about 21 minutes away from that. So stay with us here on the Landis Diesel Service pregame show. 95.3 The Peak. This is where you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing, it's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
This is Dave
and Ryan
from Dave and Ryan's Movie Review.
Experience movies the way God intended them to be seen.
On the big screen. At the King Cole Theaters.
And action.
Whether it's stunning action,
heart-stopping horror,
tender romance,
gut-busting comedy,
or wholesome family flicks,
movies are always better on the big screen.
Connect on Facebook for instant access to showtimes and the latest blockbusters.
With showing 7 nights a week and matinees on weekends, you can immerse yourself in the magic of movies at the King Cole Theaters.
It's time you started working close to home. GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance is looking for experienced miners, mechanics, electricians, and surveyors to fill local jobs. Stop traveling every week and let GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance find you a job closer to home and your family. No more leaving your family every week traveling to a work site. There are good paying jobs right here close to home, and GMS Mine Repair and Maintenance can help you get started today. Email your resume to kbarker@gmsminerepair.com. Your new job close to home is waiting for you.
You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
It's fun! It's our favorite place.
Strike up family fun for everyone. Gateway Lanes. Families that play together stay together. And Gateway Lanes is your center for fun, cold beer, snacks, and great food. So let Gateway Lanes do the cooking with open and league bowling year-round and Club Bowl Thursday night, 9 till 11:30, with unlimited bowling including shoes. Since 1989, Helper's Hometown Bowling Center, Gateway Lanes, South Main Street in historic Helper, and bowlhelper.com. Let's roll.
Carbon Dino basketball continues on 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back to Carbon Dino basketball, 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play tonight. On the road, it's the Carbon Dinos against the Delta Rabbits. Tonight should be a good one. Aiden here on the road on a Wednesday night. Yeah. great way to spend a Wednesday night, isn't it?
It is. I love traveling around with these teams. It's fun seeing all the different places they're going. Even if that place is Delta, Utah, we were talking about it on the way here, Sonny. That turnoff when you get on the road to Delta, it's like you're entering a different world, going back in time to the Old West. It's kind of fun.
So take a look at the RPI rankings for tonight. Starting with number 18, Summit Academy, 1-17 on the season. Like we always do, just chime in as I go up the ladder here. Number 17, Providence Hall, they are 4-11. North St. Pete sits number 16 at 3-10. And at number 15, Ben Lomond, 5-12.
And you're seeing a lot of those schools outside of our region. The lone Region 12 school there is North St. Pete. But you look at the schools, Providence Hall, Summit Academy, those are schools who historically have been pretty good at basketball, but this year, that private school region, Region 14, just hasn't had the same firepower that it normally does. But we'll get to the team that does bring that firepower later on in the RPI.
Number 14 sits our Carbon Dinos at 4-13. Manti sits 13, 4-11. Delta, team that we play tonight, 8-8, 500 season so far. And number 11, 6th, the Ogden team at a 9-8 record.
And there's a lot of talent in Region 12, and I think that explains why some of these teams have the records they do. There's no off night in Region 12. Juab learned that the hard way last Friday, thinking they could walk into Jurassic Park and just win by virtue of showing up. And Carbon, to their credit, came out and kind of punched them in the mouth, caught the Wasps off guard.
Number 10 sits Grantsville. They are 9-8. Union sits number 9. They are 11-16. Number 8, American Heritage, 9-9. Emory sits number 7 at a 9-8, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Emory playing really well. Judge Memorial sits number 6 at 11-9.
And Judge Memorial is that powerhouse from Region 14 I was mentioning earlier. Defending state champions right there. They bring back a lot of talent, but a very tough preseason slate has brought their record to a place where they probably didn't expect to find themselves.
Yeah, I think they're better than 6.
I think so, too. That's going to be a team who I wouldn't be surprised to see in the state title, state semifinal games.
Now, top 5 sits number 5, South Summit, 13-4. Juab, 13-4. They sit number 4. Canyon View, 13-4. They sit number 3. Richfield, 13-3. They sit number 2. And number 1 is Morgan at 16-1. Now, the Dinos have played recently Canyon View and Juab, and then Friday night, it doesn't get any easier for these Dinos. Back at home, they play number 2 Richfield.
Yeah, out of the frying pan and into the fire is the best way to put that. Looking at the RPI, they have played teams 2 through 5 on the season. They just haven't played 1 and 6. So in that top 6 range, they've taken on a lot of top-end talent. And to their credit, they've done a good job hanging in a lot of these games.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. As I look at this list, as we start from the top, they've played the number 2, 3, 2-team, 3-team, 4-team, 5-team, 7-team, 9-team. So they have played, 6 out of the top 10 they have played this season so far.
They've played a gauntlet of a preseason schedule, and when you get into region, it doesn't get any easier. But I think that's the kind of schedule that will help a team develop more than anything, is a gauntlet like that.
It definitely will get you ready for the tournament.
Yeah, it will, because you're going to be facing a lot of these teams either in the play-in rounds or those first rounds at home sites. That's kind of where the Dinos find themselves sitting right now in terms of RPI ranking. They're looking at one of those play-in games, one of those home site games. But if they continue to play how we've seen them play the last few weeks, Sonny, I wouldn't be surprised to see them go somewhere and make some noise.
We'll take a quick break here on the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show, and when we come back, we'll play the interview we have with Coach Brower. We'll get you the starting 5, and then it'll be time for high school basketball. Carbon Dinos, Delta Rabbits here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Brace yourself for the holiday season, where kids are prone to exceed their daily sugar intake by a whopping 544%. Nip those dental issues in the bud with Price Pediatric Dental. Our experts, Dr. Bott, Dr. Lund, and Dr. Markham, excel in pediatric dentistry. They can identify potential problems promptly. At Price Pediatric Dental, they adore children, and with a continuous practice, they've mastered delivering dental care that's gentle yet effective. Call 637-9590 and schedule your child's appointment appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
Feel the force of the Ram heavy-duty truck, the power horse beast that thrills with its performance. Hi, this is Thad. Imagine saving up to $15,000 off the original MSRP. Auto Farm has 15 at the ready and waiting for a test drive, including 5 hard-to-find dualies, exceptional strength, unprecedented durability, and might that echoes in every gear shift. Demand the best from your heavy-duty jobs. Demand a Ram heavy-duty from Auto Farm. Because with Ram, it's just not driving. It's just not a lifestyle. Don't just imagine. Come in and test drive away today.
Hi, this is Tim Frame, manager at Cache Valley Bank. Are you getting ready to tackle some spring projects, or are you already making summer plans? Now is a good time to stop in and see how Cache Valley Bank can assist you. With a great team of friendly, knowledgeable bankers, we can provide you with the financial tools needed to help you succeed. We are dedicated to providing you with the personalized attention you deserve. Come visit us at 82 West Main Street in Price and let us show you what opening an account with Cache Valley Bank can do for you.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Joining us now in the Sutherland's broadcast booth is Carbon Dino head coach Taylor Brower. Coach Brower, pleasure to have you up here. Thanks for taking the time.
Up here.
So let's talk about it for a second. This game, I think this was kind of a peak showing of how the development you guys have had over the course of the season. Back in December 12th, you guys traveled to Juab. You lost by 30. Tonight, this was a battle through and through. This was one of the hardest fought battles this team has had all season.
You know, that's what I told the kids going to the locker room. I said, look, first off, I hope we see Juab in the state tournament, because there's no way they're beating us 3 times in a row. The second thing I said is, we're getting better. They beat us by 30, but we only lost by 4 tonight, and we were there at the end, and the only reason why they beat us by 4 is because of free throws. I said, guys, we are there. We're peaking. We're starting to climb. And I says, and everyone else better be scared, because we're coming, because I think we can have a good chance of beating a lot of teams.
And that was something we talked about over the course of the game, is kind of the development over the course of the season, especially during this region slate coming out of the Steve Hodson Classic. You guys have really coalesced as a team. I mean, you look at scores for this team. You don't have one player carrying the load for the team. This is a full team effort. I think that's in part due to the culture you've kind of built with these boys.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things that most teams don't realize is, we have Cannon Mortensen right now that is averaging, 12 or something, but we have guys in 8 or 9 points, and we have 4 or 5 of them. So any one of them can go off. Any one of them can have a double-digit score. And now we got Kyler Orth back, who was our leading scorer before he got hurt. So that's even going to help us even more. So, and we get Logan Bennett back in a week and a half. So we're just going to get better because we're going to get our kids back.
Yeah, and that has been the theme of the season. You guys have fought through so much adversity to be where you are today. You're hanging with some of the top teams in the state. You have the win against North St. Pete. You lose by 4 to Juab. You have the entirety of Region Round 2 to go for you guys. And it just feels like you said earlier, you're peaking at the right time. You guys are coming together, and you're starting to get healthy.
Yeah, well, and we haven't peaked yet. I don't want to peak for another month. But, that's the thing. We're just getting better, and we keep just fighting, and the kids are doing what I want them to do. But, yeah, no, we played great tonight.
And then I think one thing for Juab that really changed the game was that second quarter. And it's a name that we're both going to be dreading. Is Austin Park.
Austin Park, dude. He's an athlete. He didn't play football. I think he regrets that. So I think in this basketball season now, I think he really wants to show that, he's an actual athlete. And unfortunately for us, he's a freaking player. The thing is, though, is he's not going to kill you from threes. He's downhill. He's going to shoot layups. He's not going to hit the mid-range. But he's a strong kid, and he just gets to the hoop.
Yeah, what impressed me about him was his patience when he gets in those situations. He does a good job with the body fake, baiting defenders up into the air. He's just so patient on that. But when you look at your team, you have a lot of players who do very similar things who are significantly younger than the senior Austin Park.
Right, yeah, that's the beauty of it all. And, like, I was talking to Jordan Blank about that today. Like, we have a lot of younger kids that are playing really well right now, and I'm excited for the coming years. But this year, the kids are fighting. My seniors are fighting. You know, they're playing well, and I appreciate what they're doing.
Yeah, the seniors, they're leaving it all on the court, as did the rest of the team tonight. That is a hard loss. I mean, emotions are going to be running high after that one. But with those emotions, you can set those and look ahead to your next opponent. You guys are probably going to be fired up. We talked about
it. We're beating Delta. Like, I think we can beat them, so.
We talked about that at North Stampede. It feels like every time that you guys had something going for you, the team you were going to play was losing, and they come into the game angry. Now you get the opportunity to be that team against the Rapids.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, like we're mad. I mean, we're all mad. I think we knew that we could have won this game, and we did, and we didn't close it out. But that's the nature of Carbon basketball. We've got to learn how to finish games. We've got to learn how to fight back and then finish, and that's one thing that we're going to have to change.
I think in terms of stats, you guys were even in almost every category. The only one that may stick out is that free throw percentage. We were talking about before he came on air. 8 of 17 for you guys. Juab shot 75%, 12 of 16.
Well, and that's what I told the kids going into the locker room. Like, the only reason why we lost this game is because of free throws. We shot 44%, and they shot 76%. You can't win games on 44% free throws percentage. So I told the kids, I said, look, I want you to shoot 100 free throws over the break. Like, we have a 3-day weekend, shoot 100 free throws. And I don't understand. I mean, me personally, like, I knew that I was going to get my points at the free throw line. So I shot tons of free throws. And so I was good at them. And so that's just something that kids got to get in their mindset. Look, you got to get good. It's the easiest shot in the game. It's just you, the ball, and the basket, and that's it. And so kids just got to realize, like, just calm down and just shoot the ball.
And then I guess the thing I want to kind of close out on, in that last play, you had the ball with 30 seconds left, shot clock turned off. As a coach, what is your mentality going into a situation like that? Are you more of the thought process of you want to hold and get the last shot, overtime be danged, or do you want to try and get the first shot available? What is your thought process in that situation?
It's a little bit of both, because I've been in both situations. I've been in a situation where there was a kid on the other team, and he was a freaking stud, and we were down 1, and I held the ball this was before the shot clock. It was an 8th grade game, but I held the ball for a whole minute, and I remember the crowd, and even my wife was at the game, and she was yelling at me to call a timeout, and finally I called a timeout with like 12 seconds left, and I didn't want the kid to get the ball. I wanted the last shot. Because I knew if he was going to get the ball, he was going to make it. So, and that ended up working out for us. I had a kid that was a stud, and he had a mid-range jumper and won the game for us. But in situations like today, it's kind of the same thing. Like, do I want to just go out of the basket and try to get a quick bucket and force them to be under the pressure? Or do I want to wait and run a play and make sure I get a good shot at the end? Unfortunately, it didn't work out tonight, but we had the good shot. I honestly think Kyler Worth got fouled there on the last part, but it is what it is. I've been a ref, and so I know what it is, and sometimes you don't make those calls.
Yeah, it's a tough job for sure. Now, Coach, before we let you go, get back to your family, is there anything you want to leave the listeners with?
No, I just think the Carbon basketball is on the up climb. I think we're going to get better over the years, and they're going to be fun to watch.
Now, Coach Brown, thank you again so much for taking the time to come into the Southern broadcast booth to talk to us. We really appreciate it. Again, that was Carbon High School head coach Taylor Brower. We were talking about the game tonight. The Dinos fall 60-56 to the Juab Wasps.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck, because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Discover the strength and beauty of Flawless Sheeting's metal siding and roofing solutions. Designed to endure and crafted to conserve energy, the products offered by Flawless Sheeting ensure your home not only looks good, but feels good too. Plus, they come with a 40-year warranty. Enjoy superior durability and enhanced comfort year-round with new roofing from Flawless Sheeting. Ready to upgrade? Call Flawless Sheeting at 636-7300 and elevate the way you live.
How well do algorithms answer your questions? Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back. Carbon Dino basketball here at Delta High School. Carbon and Delta tonight, region play. Both teams coming in with the same region record. Dinos overall 4-13, 8-8 for Delta. They come in 12th. Carbon comes in 14th in the RPI rankings. Now, starting five for the Dinos have been the same here lately. I'm not sure tonight what the starting lineup is going to be because they didn't know yet, but looking at what it's been, Maxwell Carlson, Evan Lancaster, Carter Warburton, Cannon Mortensen, and Ty Mortensen is who they've gone with here for the last, I believe, 3 or 4 games.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see him bring that lineup back again tonight, Sonny. That's been a lineup that has really done wonders for him, especially with Kyler Orth returning back from injury, bringing him off the bench as more of a bench scorer in that role. That's where he can provide an offensive spark for the team, and I think that's where he's best suited right now, especially as he's still rehabbing that knee. He's still wearing that clunky brace around on the court, but I wouldn't be surprised either to see a switch between Ty and Kyler or something similar like that to move Orth back into the starting lineup. But I think the best move for the Dinos tonight would be to stay pat with that group that's used to starting these games. They know the chemistry, they know the flow of the game that they need to follow. I think that's going to be beneficial for them tonight, especially because on the road, you don't want to play from behind. You want to get ahead, and you want to silence the crowd. That's one of the most powerful things you can do is silence that crowd in the first quarter. You can take control of that. You take control of the game, and you come away with the victory.
You've been listening to the Landon's Diesel Service pregame show. 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. We'll take a break. When we come back, starting lineups and tip-off right here, Carbon Dino Basketball.
Looking for a great meal? Juniper has you covered with delicious pizza, pasta, burgers, sandwiches, and fresh salads. Juniper is open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. and Saturdays from 12 to 8 p.m. Whether dining in or ordering out, Juniper makes it easy. Order through DoorDash for quick delivery straight to your door. From lunch to dinner, Juniper serves up flavorful meals the whole family will love. Stop by and see why Juniper is the perfect place for your next meal. Great food, great atmosphere every time.
The choice is yours. Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card lets you choose from 5% off instantly at the register or special financing on qualifying purchases. That means no forms, no waiting, no rebates. You can choose 5% off instantly with your Sutherland's credit card. Got a big project? Choose special financing. The choice is yours with Sutherland's Friends of the Family Plus Consumer Credit Card. Subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payment required. See store for details. Only at Sutherland's.
Transform your space with Spectrum Paint featuring PPG paint, the ideal choice for any home project. Imagine a kaleidoscope of colors at your fingertips, from soothing pastels to vibrant primaries. Whether revamping a room or adding character to your exteriors, Spectrum Paint makes every brush stroke count. Dive into a spectrum where quality meets creativity and paint your world with us. Visit Spectrum Paint to find the perfect shade for your home today.
I don't feel good.
Caring for each and every customer and their needs is the foundation of what Smart Health Pharmacy is all about. So when I need a prescription or advice, I can depend on the pharmacist at Smart Health.
Looking for a new pharmacy? It's never been easier to transfer your prescriptions to Smart Health. Call 687-5050 or go to smart-healthrx.com. Download their app today with convenient drive-through at 221 North Main Street, Huntington.
It's your health. Be smart about it.
At San Rafael Health, they believe everyone deserves compassionate and dedicated care. Whether you're looking for a place for mom, dad, or any loved one, the doors are open. San Rafael Health accepts private pay, Medicaid, Medicare, and commercial insurance, ensuring quality health care is accessible for all. Let the family at San Rafael Health take care of your family. Call today at 384-2301 and let San Rafael Health provide the care your loved ones deserve.
The Dinos play here on 95.3 FM, The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Basketball. We were right on the starting five for the Dinos tonight. The starting five will be Carlson, Warburton, and Lancaster. Also, Ty Mortensen and Cannon Mortensen. And the starting five for Delta tonight will be, as they turn the lights off, and the atmosphere is cool.
It is. It's really good. I love when they get the spotlight going, the band playing, the cheerleaders are on the court, which is something you normally don't see in these lineup runs. So a lot of fun atmosphere here in Delta tonight.
Number 0, Mason Robinson, the junior, averaging 9 points per game. Number 3, Jayton Brow, 6'3", senior, averaging 6 points per game. Number 11, Brody Cleaver, the junior, averaging 4.9 points per game. Number 12, Bronco Bundy, the junior, averaging 10.2 points per game. And Tate Topham, the senior, averaging 8.6 points a game, number 24. That's the starting five for Canyon View. For the Dinos tonight, as we said, the starting five, Maxwell Carlson averaging 3.5 points per game. Lancaster 7.1. Warburton 7.3. Mortensen, Cannon that is, 12.5, and Ty Mortensen 6.7. We're ready for the start of tonight's game. That's the starting lineups. The Dinos tonight come out in their black uniforms with the blue numbers striped in white. And tonight Delta comes out white uniforms, red numbers. Dinos will go left to right on your radio dial. Jumping for the Dinos tonight will be Ty Mortensen. He'll jump against Brody Cleaver. And Aiden, we're ready for the start of tonight's game between Carbon and Delta region play.
I can't understate how important this start is for the Dinos. Starting off hot here will help so much as this game continues on.
And it's controlled by Delta, and it's Bundy with the ball. Bundy gets over to the right side, goes to Brow, back to Bundy. Bundy swings it to Robinson. Back to Bundy. 24 on the shot clock, plenty of time. Dinos sitting back on defense, letting them pass perimeter. Three-point shot, baseline right, won't go by Robinson. Out of bounds, off Delta, and the Dinos get the basketball.
That was good defensive rotation by the Dinos until that final shot. They left Mason Robinson way too open in the corner. That's a rare miss from him, especially when he has no pressure on him.
Full court pressure broke easily by the Dinos. And they'll set the offense up. It goes to Mortensen. Whistle and a foul.
Yeah, I was wondering when that whistle was going to blow as Bronco Bundy kind of runs behind Ty Mortensen, gives him a two-hand touch as out of bounds. Kind of the two-hand touch, though, you see more in recess when you're not supposed to be playing tackle football. Right. He goes flying to the ground, down his retained possession. Delta picks up their first team foul.
So it'll be Dino basketball. With it, it's Warburton. Swings it over to the left side, goes to Cannon. Cannon down low to Ty Mortensen. Shot blocked and controlled by Delta.
That was a good job by Topham, staying straight up, not bringing his arm down and ripping the ball away from Cannon.
Goes inside, took an extra step. Swings it outside, three-point shot, no good by Robinson. Rebound Dinos. Didn't he take 3 steps there?
He did. It was a Euro.
Fast break down the other way for the Dinos. Lay it up and in. Cannon Mortensen gets the first basket of the ball game for the Dinos and the first basket of the game, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Dinos.
That was a good pace for Carbon to keep playing at. I like when they're playing with this consistency.
Kick it back outside. It goes to Brow. Over to the right side to Bundy. 3-point shot good. Bronco Bundy with the first basket of the night for Delta, and they lead 3-2.
And that's who you don't want heating up early in the games, Bronco Bundy. This junior averages about 10 points a game. You don't want him putting those in and potentially doubling that as the game goes on.
Warburton swings it over to the right side. Lancaster back to Warburton on the baseline right. Puts the ball on the ground, backs his way in, and then throws it out of bounds, turnover. He thought Cannon was going to come around, anticipating he was going to come around in front of him, and he didn't. And he throws the ball out of bounds, and that's turnover number 1 for the Dinos. It's 3-2 Delta.
Yeah, a bit of a miscommunication there, but they have a chance to bounce back on the defensive side of the ball, running their 3-2 zone.
Brow goes over to the right side. It goes to Robinson. Back to Brow. Over to the left side to Bundy. Bundy. Perimeter passing once again. Shot clock down to 10. Shot in the paint. Won't go. Rebound Dinos.
And the Dinos defense has been stellar. They're covering those corners very well. Not making anything easy for the Rabbits tonight.
Nice board by Lancaster. He has the basketball. Goes around the screen. Shot from 15. No. Rebound comes down to Topham. And he'll bring it down the floor himself.
Free throw line extended, just couldn't get it to fall. But Topham's dangerous when he's in these situations. He can handle the ball despite playing more of that center role. He's a real threat along the perimeter as well as the interior in the painted area.
Robinson on the baseline. He likes to shoot that baseline three, and he can shoot it. There's a three-point shot up and no good by Brow, and the rebound comes down to the Dinos after a miss underneath by Topham, and then the ball knocked out of bounds, Dino basketball. So, honestly, Delta's getting good looks at the basket here early in the game. They're not going.
They are. They just haven't been able to convert. But to the Dinos' credit, they haven't been giving them anything easy. That first shot was wide open from the corner that didn't fall. But since then, every shot has at least had a hand in someone's face.
Moving over to the right side with the basketball. It's Cannon Mortensen. He'll lose it out of bounds. Trying to drive to the basket. Found a little gap in the defense, but then lost it out of bounds. Turnover number 2.
I think what the Dinos need to do offensively right now is kind of slow down that pace. They're playing in kind of a frenzy right now, and it's leading to a lot of turnovers that you normally don't see from them.
Robinson hands the ball off to Topham. Back to Robinson. He'll take that three again. He hits it. Right baseline. He'll shoot that all night long. He'll shoot it all night because he can hit that shot. He's 1 for 3 so far tonight, and it's 6-2.
And that's what defines a shooter, is they're just going to keep shooting even if they miss, and that worked to his benefit.
Cannon Mortensen drives inside. Pass to Carlson. Goes to Lancaster for 3. No. Rebound comes down to Delta. Nice rebound by Brow. Ahead he goes to Topham. Topham shut off there by Carlson. Kick it outside. It goes to Brow. They'll swing it around the left side, now to the right side. Down underneath it goes to Topham, and he'll put it up and in. Easy 2 right at the basket. Uses the glass. 8-2 Delta.
Now this Delta offense is trying to buy over commitments from defenders, especially on the corners. Now, Carbon does a good job now of adapting to that, but they do need to also watch the drive down the lane. That's where Delta has been eating them alive.
Mortensen to Ty. Back to Cannon. Back to Ty. Ty at the free throw line. Dribbles into the paint. Kicks it out to Carlson. That baseline shot he's been hitting. No good this time from Cannon. The rebound comes down to Delta. Dinos off on the shooting here early in the first quarter. 3:28 left to play in the first. 8-2 Delta. Bounce pass goes down low to Cleaver. Double team, kicks it outside. They'll swing it around to Bundy. Fakes the 3, has an open lane, lay it up and in. He faked the 3, went right past the defender, and there was nobody between him and the basket. An easy layup right down the paint. And Delta's off to a good start, 10-2.
That they are, and Sonny, you can't have this. There is the old adage that every time you go on the road, you're going to start the game down 8 points. Well, now the Dinos are literally down 8 points, and they need to find an answer fast. Offenses have been coming at a premium for them. On the defensive side of the ball, though, Delta is picking apart this 3-2 zone. I think the Dinos need to show a little more fluidity in that. They're overcommitting on the corners, and it really opens up a drive from the free throw line extended. And that's how Delta's getting a lot of points, is finishing at the rim. They fake the pass to the corner, drive inside, put up a floater, and it's been falling for them all night.
As you said, you said in the pregame show, we always say it, though, because the listeners probably think, they say this every game, but their schedule is so tough that it is so important to get off to a good start, because when you're playing good teams and you have to fight from behind, it's tough to get back in the game.
It is. It makes it a tougher task for you. As for the Dinos, Jackson Bozzoni and Kyler Orth have checked in.
So the Dinos with the ball, knocked away, whistle and a reach foul. Reach fouls on Kobe Driggs, who checked into the ball game also for Delta on that last dead ball. That'll be team foul number 2. And for Delta, none on the Dinos.
Delta is playing with a physicality that the Dinos haven't seen the past few weeks. The last time they've seen a team this aggressive was probably in Cedar City. This is a team that's playing a very aggressive style of defense, and it's making the Dinos struggle.
Orth, nice move to the basket. Nice little running hook shot by Orth, and he gets it to go, and that was a much-needed basket for the Dinos, 10-4.
He does what he does best, drive along the baseline, put up the layup, and he gets it to fall.
Robinson on the baseline. This time it's the left side. Gives it to Bundy, swing it over to Brow. Back to Robinson. He's open on the left side. Halfway down. I don't know how that didn't go. And popped out, and the rebound comes down to the Dinos. Bozzoni with the rebound. Fast break the other way. Give it to Ty. Ty Mortensen in the paint. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Delta. Fast break the other way. 3-on-2. Now the Dinos get back on defense. Robinson drives. Shot from 15. No good. Rebound Dinos.
That was good hands from Cannon Mortensen on the break, tipping a pass that would have led to a layup.
Then a turnover on the fast break as they tried to get the ball ahead and throw it out of bounds. I thought that last offensive possession for Delta was rushed.
It was. They're looking a little bit like Carbon has on the offensive end. That means their defense is doing what they need to do. But the key for both teams right now, Sonny, in my opinion, is going to be slowing down the offense. Take your time in the half court. Carbon playing at a frenzy right now, trying to put points on the board, trying to claw their way back into the game. They need to take a deep breath, a step back, and let the offense form itself and not try and force anything that isn't there.
Drowby and Rawlinson into the ball game for the Delta Rabbits, and they turn the ball over, and the Dinos come the other way. 3-point shot for Carbon. Good! From the left wing, it is Lancaster for the Dinos. And the Dinos, all of a sudden, that 10-2 lead, it's 10-7.
And if that three didn't drop tonight, I was going to have someone check out the rim because all of these shots rimming in and out has been insane.
Shot up and good, baseline right. Nice play by Delta. Drowby comes into the ball game, makes a beautiful shot. It's 12-7. Dinos now with it. Gives it to Lancaster, free throw line. Picks up the dribble. Bounce pass goes to Orth on the right side. Works his way backwards. Now kicks it back outside to Lancaster, three-point line baseline. Back to Orth. Down in the paint. Shot up. No good. Rebound comes down to Delta and will come the other way. Drowby with it.
And they're doing a good job staying patient on the defensive side of the ball. A few reach fouls here and there, but overall they played a very clean game.
In the paint. Ball knocked out of bounds by Carbon. Rawlinson tried to get it over to the right corner to Bundy. The ball's knocked out of bounds by Bozzoni, and it will go to Delta. They'll throw the ball in on the side. Bundy with it. Tip of the key. They work it down at the free throw line. Now into the paint. Good defense by the Dinos. Rawlinson has no place to go with the basketball. Kicks it out. 3-point shot this time. No good by Drowby. Rebound comes down to the Dinos. It's Bozzoni. It goes off his knee and a turnover for the Dinos. And we come the other way, and they'll give it right back to Carbon. It's getting a little sloppy here late in the first quarter. 20 seconds left to play in the first. 12-7. Lancaster with the basketball right side. Swings it over on the baseline to Branch, who checked in on the last dead ball. Gets it to Lancaster. To Carlson from 15. Good! Maxwell Carlson for 15. And the Dinos have cut it to a one-possession game. Back the other way. Deep three at the buzzer. No good. Nice look at the basket by Topham. Couldn't get it to go, and we played a quarter. It was a quick one. I mean, it's 7:14.
I was about to say the same thing.
And we're done with the first quarter.
I was checking out the time. I'm like, no way this has gone by that fast. But that shows how clean of a game both of these teams are playing right now. You're seeing very few fouls from the Rabbits and the Dinos. Carbon, if I remember correctly, had no fouls in that frame. So that's something, if you're a coach, you don't want to see. You know, having no fouls, you want to have at least 3 or 4. You don't want them all on one player, but you do want fouls to kind of set that tone. You know, you play an aggressive style of basketball you have all season. You don't want to back away from that now, especially when the other team is playing your brand of basketball. They're going down. They're kind of playing bully.
Well, yeah, but with the 5 foul shooting and it resets every quarter, we've talked about this too all season long, but when you have 1 foul and there's 2 minutes left to play in the quarter, you can get so aggressive because you got 3 fouls to give before they start shooting free throws.
Yeah, when you have 0 fouls with 2 minutes left, I think you can start playing like those 80s Pistons teams.
Yeah, I mean,
you can get a little more physical, and I think that's going to be one of the keys for the Dinos going forward. Is they need to match the physicality that the Rabbits are bringing to the court. They're also going to need to slow the offense down. That frenzied pace continued throughout. Now they've found their footing. They've had a quarter kind of settle. They've gone on a run of their own. Now they just need to let things develop naturally.
Lancaster leads the way for the Dinos with 3. Bundy with 5 for Delta. Dinos get the ball first. Warburton with a nice pass down underneath. A whistle, and we're going to get a free throw. That was a nice pass by Carter. Down low, it went to Orth, and Orth is fouled, and we will see the first free throws of the evening with 7:50 left to play in the second quarter. To the free throw line goes Kyler Orth. He has 2 points in the game.
And Coach Brower challenged these kids over the extended weekend to shoot at least 100 free throws. This is going to be a test to see if they actually did that.
First free throw up and no good.
Because we talked about it time and time again, Sonny. These games are won and lost at the free throw line for the Dinos. If they would have made at least 60% of their free throws against Juab, that would have been a win for Carbon, but they shot only 40%.
Second free throw up and good. So 1 for 2 from the line. For Orth, he has 3, and it's a 1-possession, 12-10 game. And Delta with the basketball. Down on the right side, it goes to Drowby. Now low it goes. Little shuffle layup up and no good by Cleaver. Offensive rebound shot up, no good by Robinson. And then the offensive rebound to put back in by Cleaver. Nice position. He boxed out, got the rebound, got the easy 2, 14-10 Delta.
And Cleaver is doing an excellent job getting positioning on the offensive side, especially for rebounds. He's boxing out his guy. He's sealing off an entire window to the basket, and he is doing stuff that you really don't see at the high school level, especially when it comes to offensive boards.
Branch to Carlson to Orth for the 2 for the Dinos, and that was great ball movement by the Carbon Dinos on that offensive possession to get the easy 2 themselves on the other side, and it's 14-12. Robinson with the ball, swings it over left side, it goes to Drowby. Shot for 3, no good. Rebound Dinos, it's Warburton. He'll bring it up the floor himself, guarded there by Robinson. Gives it to Lancaster, down in the corner it goes to Branch. Branch drives the baseline, gets it to Carlson in the paint, back to Warburton. 23 on the shot clock. Warburton at the free throw line. Spin move, double team, whistle and a foul, and I believe he's going to be shooting.
It's going to depend on what the ref saw, because he was in the air as if he were going for a shot.
They're going to say on the ground.
Yeah, that was going to be a judgment call from the official. But right now, Delta kind of flipping the script. They were playing a very patient style of offense in the first quarter, but they had one possession where things felt rushed, and now it feels like they're just settling for shots. I mean, they're taking contested threes. They're not driving, which was their bread and butter early in the game. They're just kind of backing away from that, much to their detriment.
Warburton with the ball. Has it knocked away. Gets it back. Here's a three-point shot. Good! From the right baseline. Three-point shot by Branch. And Carter has his first basket of the game. And the Dinos lead 15-14 after trailing 10-2. Shot from 3. Good. Back the other way. Bundy has 8. And that lead didn't last long. But wow, did the Dinos do good getting back into this game after a slow start. 16-15 Delta.
They have stormed back, and they needed to. That's how they're going to keep this game close. You can't be playing from behind the entirety of the game.
Carlson swings it over to the left side. 22 on the shot clock. 5:53 in the second quarter. Orth drives. Count it, and a foul. Beautiful move by Kyle Orth.
And Kyler is one of those players who the Dinos greatly were missing. He was their leading scorer before the injury, averaging about 14 a game. He gets injured, and you see that production drop as he slowly starts working his way back, starts rehabbing that knee more and more. But now that he's had a few games underneath his belt, he is really starting to reignite that scoring role he found himself in early on.
Free throw up and good. He has 8. 2 for 3 from the line, all shot by him. And the Dinos lead 18-16.
And again, they have 0 fouls with 5:49 left to play. You can afford to get a few, and they force a timeout from the Rabbits.
Griffith checks into the ball game. Timeout on the floor, and we'll take a break with him. We'll go back to the studio. With 5:48 left to play in the first half, the Dinos lead Delta 18-16, 95-3 the Peak. This is where you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports.
Picture this. A sudden burst pipe, flames engulfing your kitchen. Disaster strikes when you least expect it. But fear not, because Restore Wizard of Price is here to save the day. Their team of restoration experts is ready to tackle any fire or flood emergency from start to finish. They're not just here to fix the damage, they're here to restore your peace of mind. Don't let disaster catch you off guard. Call Restore Wizard of Price, 637-9165. Restore Wizard, the magic of a fresh start.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino Basketball, 18-16 Dinos. Richfield leading Emory 22-6. That game being played in Emory on our sister station. Jordan Buscarini out there bringing you that game on KOAL here. 95-3 the Peak, the Dinos up 2. Delta with the basketball. Three-point shot is up and good by Robinson. And he doesn't just like the baseline threes. He just likes threes in general.
Big Steph Curry fan, you can tell. Three-point revolution happening on the court. He's pulling up no matter where he is. And the Dinos, to their credit, have done a good job containing him, but the two he has hit have been big momentum swingers.
Dinos have turnover number 5. Delta comes the other way. Bundy with it. Gives it to Robinson for 3. Good again.
And Mason Robinson has found his rhythm from beyond the arc, and he is absolutely exploiting the Dinos on it. He had a hand in his face there, too, but he's shooting from muscle memory right now, and it's paying dividends for the Rabbits.
22-18. Down low it goes to Ty Mortensen. Kicks it back outside. Orth drives in. Glass, lay it up and in. Beautiful move by Kyler Orth. He's in double digits, having a game, and it's 22-20. Dinos down 2.
And if you're a youth basketball coach in the Carbon County area, you want your kids watching Kyler Orth. He is such a master of using the glass on these rebounds. That's what every coach wants to see.
With the basketball, it's Bundy. Picked up by Warburton. Gives it to Robinson on the baseline. Bounce pass down underneath. Back outside. Bundy for 3. Good. Nice ball movement that time by Delta. Timeout called by the Dinos. Bundy has 11. 4:15 left to play in the first half. 25-20 Delta. So Delta's come down, hit a couple of threes.
Yeah, that's been the key difference maker here. Delta is igniting up, is lighting up from beyond the arc. You got Bronco Bundy. Mason Robinson has 3 3-pointers to the tune of 9 points. He's been unstoppable.
They've got 5. 5 as a team, which is 15 of the 25 points.
Yeah, that's a number where you need to play better defense. I know the Dinos like running that 2-3 zone that switches into a 3-2 trap, but when you have a shooter going off like that, you need to have someone guarding him more closely. You need to run something like a man defense, or if you're feeling especially risky, a box and one.
Actually, they have 6 threes. So 18 out of their 25 points have come from beyond the arc.
And what they do is they work the ball around the perimeter. They get the Dinos to they work them into a lull a bit as they pass it all around the perimeter, but then they buy an overcommitment from one defender, drive inside, force the collapse, and kick it out for an open 3. And that's been the formula for them.
Well, when the Dinos got back in the game, they started rushing shots. The last 3 possessions, they took their time, they passed the ball around, they find the open 3, and when they get the open 3, they can hit it. But there for about a 4-minute span, they started rushing shots.
They did, and that was very beneficial for the Dinos, and you got to hope that their defense can force them back to that rushed feeling.
Warburton with the basketball, past a half-court stripe, comes to the right side, gives it off to Cannon Mortensen. Cannon gives it to Ty. Ty spin move in the paint. Off the glass, no good. Goes down, no whistle. We come the other way. I think that was probably clean.
That was clean. He got all ball on that, from at least from what I could see. But it did look like a hard fall down to earth.
Bundy with it. Bundy right side to Brow. Back into the ball game. Brow down underneath. Bounce pass goes to Driggs. Shot up, no good. And the rebound comes down to the Dinos. Back the other way we come with it. It's Griffith. Griffith on the right side gives it over to Ty Mortensen to Cannon. To Orth for 3. Won't get the bounce, and the rebound comes down to Delta. 3:27 left to play. 25-20 Rapids with the lead in the ball.
And that's a shot you're okay missing. But it was a good shot. Wasn't rushed. Just didn't fall in the Dinos' favor that time.
Bundy for 3. Good. That was about 3 feet behind the three-point line. And you can't give this team that shot.
I was going to say, Sonny, I didn't like the defense from the Dinos there. They let him have too much space entirely. Even if he is 3 feet off the line, he's shown that he can make those shots. You need to treat him like he can, because he's going to make you pay for it if you don't.
Griffith kicks it outside to Orth. Back to Griffith for 3. Hits the rim, no good. Rebound comes down to the Carbon Dinos. Nice rebound by Ty. He gets the offensive board. Orth, bounce pass goes to Warburton. 3-point line, back to Orth. Orth goes around the screen set by Warburton. Strong move to the basket, and they called a charge. A charge on Orth, and I don't know about that.
I don't know. It didn't look like he was set from up here, Sonny, and Orth has to do a somersault to kind of bail himself out. Now, maybe it's because we're hometown announcers.
I thought that was a pretty good move by Orth.
I thought it was, too.
Bazzoni comes into the ballgame. With the basketball, it's Delta, and it's Bundy past the half-court stripe. Takes it to the right side, still dribbling. Picked up by Warburton. 2:27 left to play in the first half. Dinos down 8, 28-20. 3-point shot, baseline left, air ball by Brow, and the rebound comes down to the Carbon Dinos, and with it, it's Warburton. Warburton comes to the right side now, tip of the key. Drives in the paint. Bounce pass goes to Mortensen. Ty gets the basket.
And the Dinos needed that. If they can start a run on offense, that's what helps force Delta into rush. They feel like they need to stop a run by answering with a quick basket. If they can force them into that, you're going to see poor shot selection reign supreme.
Bundy with a beautiful pass down low to Driggs. He can't get it to go, and it goes out of bounds, and it will belong to Delta. But That was a beautiful pass by Bundy to Driggs. He had a good look. He just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, it was a good post move by Driggs as well.
Yep.
He used his pivot foot very well, cleared space, looked for anything for the Rabbits, just couldn't get the shot to fall, and forces them to reset along the baseline with 1:47 left to go in the first half.
Carlson, Branch, Lancaster into the game along with Bozzoni and Cannon Mortensen. That's the 5 on the floor for the Carbon Dinos, 28-22. Delta will throw the ball in on the baseline. Sorry, Aiden.
I think the height for the Dinos right now is going to be key. They're trying to get a lot of shots inside the arc, especially when you have a lot of your key shooters taking a rest on the bench. They're going to try and establish that drive to the rim along the free throw line. They need to stop that.
In it comes Bundy with the basketball. Swings over the right side. Robinson thought about the 3, changes his mind. Bounce pass goes down underneath. Goes to Cleaver. Back outside. Bundy for 3. Good. Right down the barrel. Bundy is on fire. Another 3 for Delta. 31-22. They're up 9. Dinos come back the other way. Carlson from 10. Good. Carlson has really shot the ball well here lately, hasn't he?
He has. He's been fun to watch in those mid-range spaces. He's excelling.
Beautiful pass by Cleaver. For the 2 for Delta, making it 33-24.
You can tell Delta's a team hungry to get back to their winning ways.
Yeah.
They're playing like they want to win. They're playing like this game is their last. Carbon just hasn't been able to match the intensity for a majority of this game.
50 seconds up to play, 14 on the shot clock in the first half. Cannon slips. Did a good job keeping control of the ball. Gives it to Bozzoni to Lancaster from the free throw line. Got it to go. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and Lancaster hits the 15-foot jumper. 33-26, shot clock off. Game clock 25 and running.
And right now, you've got to figure Delta's going to be going for a 3. They're having a nice stroke from beyond the arc. They're probably going to work it around the perimeter, let this clock tick down, try and get it to one of Bundy or Robinson to take this last shot of the half.
Dinos could be playing aggressive defense. They only have 2 fouls.
Yeah, you can hammer a kid right now.
Yeah, it's down to 8. They drive inside. The ball knocked out of bounds. 5 seconds left to play. Yeah, you got to go for the steal.
Yeah, you want to
take a chance. If you get a foul, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Then they got to throw the ball in, which gives you another chance to steal.
Yeah, I mean, overall, you have 2 players with 1 foul in the game.
Yeah.
You got plenty of time. You can foul, and I think that's kind of where Delta's winning this foul. They're playing aggressive.
Shot for 3 by Robinson. Tipped up, no good. Rebound, Dinos. Half-court shot. Doesn't get it off, and that's how the first half ends. We've played a half of basketball here at Delta, and the Rabbits lead the Dinos 33-26 here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
You've been accused of doing something illegal and charged a foul. It's time to run the court in a game of legal matters. Let Oliver Law jump through the hoops. Robert Oliver believes in innocent until proven guilty. Oliver Law brings you a slam dunk defense for the best possible outcome for your criminal case. And when it's time to go to the foul line, Robert Oliver doesn't miss a shot. Call 435-637-6060 or go to robertoliverlegal.com to request a free consultation. Robert Oliver, passionate about defending the underdog.
Discover the difference experience makes at Mr. Automotive in Huntington. With over 30 years dedicated to matching the perfect vehicle with the right person in Castle Country, we know a thing or two about cars and about saving you money. Thanks to our low overhead, we're able to pass incredible savings directly on to you. Drive away happy with a deal as reliable as our service. Visit Mr. Automotive today, where experience means savings and you meet your new car.
You gonna fix that?
Fix what?
That dripping faucet?
Someday.
No, how about today? Not only is it driving me crazy, but it's wasting water, costing us money, and could turn into dry rot and other damage.
Guess we better get to Magnuson Lumber and Hardware.
Now you're talking.
Magnuson Lumber features almost 1,000 feet of plumbing accessories and supplies you need to fix your leaking faucets and pipes. Stop in today. Main Street, Castledale. Magnuson Lumber and Hardware. Family owned since 1965.
At Landon's Diesel, they understand the heartbeat of your diesel truck. Whether it's the rig that powers your livelihood or the everyday vehicle that drives your life, the trained technicians at Landon's Diesel are here to keep you rolling. Plus, with 24-hour towing service, support's just a call away, anytime, day or night. Drive into Landon's Diesel for expert care tailored to you and your truck. Because when your diesel needs expertise, Landon's Diesel is always here.
Let's hear what parents and patients are saying about Price Pediatric Dental.
We love Dr. Bott. His staff gives the children their full attention. They make sure my kids are comfortable the entire time.
Dr. Lund is so nice. I like getting a new toothbrush and toothpaste every time I go.
Both Dr. Markham and Dr. Lund have been so amazing with both of my boys. We wouldn't go anywhere else.
Call 637-9590 to schedule your child's appointment today at Price Pediatric Dental.
Carbon High School basketball on KRPX 95.3 The Peak.
Welcome back, Carbon Dino basketball, the Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Carbon Dinos play the place to be. The road trips are great, following the Carbon Dinos all over the state.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, even with some of the stranger places we've gone, like we talked about earlier, that turnoff to Delta feels like you're entering the past, entering maybe the Twilight Zone. But once you get to the high school, it's a very nice town, very nice facility. They've been nothing but kind to us here today.
Yes. Take a look at stats in the first half. First for Delta, leading the way. We knew he was going to have a good game. 10.2 points per game he's averaging. Way ahead of that tonight. Bronco Bundy has 17 points in the first half, and he has 5 threes.
Yeah, and that's the opposite of what we saw from the first game between these two squads. Carbon did a good job shutting down Bundy at Jurassic Park, but now Bundy just having his way with the Dinos here at Delta High School.
So 5 threes for Bundy. He has 17 points. Then comes Mason Robinson. He has 9 points. He has 3 threes of his own. So there's 8 threes between Bundy and Robinson. That's 24 out of the 33 points that they have scored in the first half from threes combined with Robinson and Bundy.
Yeah, they've been lighting the Dinos up, Sonny, and at the end of the half, we saw Delta dribbling out the clock while the Dinos only had 2 fouls on the board. That's where you want to start playing some aggressive defense. You can give up 2, 3. You can give up to 3 fouls.
You might get a steal, get a fast break, get an easy basket.
Yeah, and even if you get called for the foul, that's one player with 1 foul. There's only 2 fouls on the Dinos this game, and it sets them up along the scorer's table and makes them try and work for it. So.
Well, yeah, they have to throw the ball in, and you can get a steal on the inbound. So, yeah, I mean, if you're low on fouls late in the half, you can get so aggressive on the defensive side now that you don't want somebody that has 2 fouls to foul and get himself in foul trouble. If you got players on the floor with no fouls, get aggressive. Try to make the steal.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where in terms of scoring, this game's been pretty even, but in terms of physicality, Delta has won in spades.
Well, the difference in the game is the 3-point line. For sure, as we just talked about. Then comes Cleaver. He has 4. Drowby with 2. Topham with 2. For Delta, they have not shot a free throw in the first half, and they only have 3 turnovers. I'm going to say pretty good first half for Delta.
Yeah, Delta, if they can carry that momentum into the second half and into the rest of the season, they show why heading into region play they were sitting as a pretty good team. I mean, they were coming into region. They were looking to make some noise. They lost a heartbreaker to Emory. They come back and beat Carbon, but they haven't won since, and they're looking to find those winning ways yet again.
You know, we talk about quick games and how fast the high school basketball games are going now with the 5 fouls per quarter. 7:30. It was halftime. That's how fast
it took 15 minutes per quarter.
Yes.
And that's insane. That's something you normally don't see.
Yes.
But it shows how little fouls have been committed in this game.
Yes. Take a look at the Dinos. Leading the way, Kyler Orth coming off the bench. He has 10 points. He's getting back in his groove after missing the games with injury. But he's looking back to about 100%, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. His knee is looking perfectly fine. He's taken some tumbles and he's taken some hits, but he has found a way to finish in 9 out of 10 situations.
Yeah, he's being aggressive, going to the basket. Good first half for Kyler Orth. He has 10. Then Evan Lancaster with 5, and Maxwell Carlson with 4 for the Carbon Dinos. Carlson with a couple of 10-footers. He can really shoot that 10-foot shot, something you don't see a lot of anymore in the game of basketball. Maxwell can hit that 10-foot shot.
And a fan just hit a full court shot down on the court. That was kind of cool to watch. But I agree with you, Sonny. You don't see this play of Maxwell Carlson for very many other teams. I mean, you're looking at a guy who's really excelling in those deep twos, in those mid-range shots. As soon as the analytics nerds took over the game of basketball, those shots were deemed inefficient, and you shouldn't be taking them. And I disagree with that.
I do too.
I think if you can score the ball from the mid-range, it's really going to open up the other areas of your game. I mean, you look at players like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, they excelled in the mid-range and opened up the rest of their game. And I think Maxwell Carlson does that not just for himself with his mid-range shots, but he really clears up the paint and perimeter for his teammates.
Yeah, you can shoot those 10-foot shots and 12-foot shots, and the defense, they can't. They have to collapse a little bit.
They do.
And I agree with you, and I think that mid-range jumper is a huge part of the game that is definitely going away. Carter Branch has 3 points. Cannon Mortensen with 2. Ty Mortensen with 2 for the Carbon Dinos. They have shot 3 free throws. They've made 2, and they have 5 turnovers in the first half. Really quick first half of basketball. And at the end of 1, Delta led 12-9. And the second quarter, Delta outscoring the Dinos 21-17. That's why they have the 7-point lead. So real quick, Aiden, let's go look at some scores from around the state.
Looking at some scores from around the state, there's a few games that are kind of shocking right now. North Stampede up 25-15 at the half over the Juab Wasps, a team which the Dinos almost defeated. So Juab looking very vulnerable right now.
25-15 at half, low-scoring game.
And then here in Delta, of course, 33-26 in favor of the Rabbits over the Dinos. Halftime at Cedar City. Canyon View up 32-21 over the Templars. And over on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Emory's 5-game winning streak at stake right now as the Wildcats lead 31-16 at the half in Richfield.
Well, we all said that Richfield is a very good team.
They're a different beast. I mean, watching them play against the Dinos, they're doing what Delta's doing right now, but to a much grander extent. They buried Carbon in a 3-point barrage, and that's the kind of team that has made Carbon look really vulnerable. When they have 3-point shooting heavy teams, those are the teams that seem to score a lot of points against the Dinos, because the Dinos have a good interior presence. Their defense does a good job stopping drives to the basket, stopping those mid-range shots. But where it kind of falls apart is those perimeter 3-point shots.
Castle Valley Orthodontics halftime show. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, second half action right here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where you need to be for Carbon Dino Sports.
You can have a healthy, beautiful smile at any age. Hi, I'm Dr. Daniel Cowley, owner of Castle Valley Orthodontics. Treatment is a viable option for almost any adult. And like kids, adults can experience the self-assurance that comes with a confident smile, along with the benefits of improved oral health. Come in for a free consultation and see how Castle Valley Orthodontics can get you on your way to a beautiful smile. Affordable payment plans are available. Call 637-2222 for a free consultation today.
Delta with the basketball first. They throw it in. They go left to right on your radio dial. They get it to Bundy. He's right down in the paint, and he gets a quick 2. He has 19, 35-26. Dinos now going right to left on your radio dial. Out of bounds. Off Delta.
Bundy picking up right where he left off entering the halftime break. I thought that was a turnover on the Dinos. Luckily, goes off the Delta player, and they get a second chance. They need to find an answer.
I felt like it did go off the Dinos. They give the Dinos the ball, however, and it's Warburton with it on the right side. Picked up there by Robinson, drives the baseline, throws it right into the hands of Brower, who's in the right place at the right time, and turnover Delta back the other way.
Jaden Brow with a great read on that steal.
In the paint, whistle and a foul. And free throws for Delta, first of the night. To the free throw line goes Brody Cleaver.
And at this point of the game, you're just happy it's not someone like Mason Robinson or Bronco Bundy. Cleaver hasn't done a lot of damage to the Dinos. He only has 4 points on the game. but he still can put the ball in the basket as he does it right there.
Nice stroke for free throw number 1. And it's a 10-point lead for Delta, 36-26, 7:16 left to play here in the third quarter.
This is the place Carbon didn't want to find themselves down 10 early on in the second half.
Second free throw by Cleaver is up and good as well. 37-26. Warburton gives it to Orth. Orth back to Warburton in the paint. Swings it outside to Lancaster. Good ball movement by the Dinos to Cannon Mortensen. Back to Warburton. Back to Cannon. Cannon hands it off to Lancaster. Orth, 3-point line, 10 on the shot clock. Lancaster for 3, wide open. Can't get it to go. Rebound comes down to Delta. Cleaver with a rebound, ahead to Bundy. Bundy past a half-court strike right side. Gives it over in the corner. Baseline right, 3-point shot, no good by Brow, and the rebound comes down to the Dinos. Lancaster with it. Gives it ahead to Warburton. Warburton to Orth. Orth finds a lane. Up to the basket, lay it in. Nice play by Orth. He's done a great job tonight going to the basket and getting a high percentage shot, Aiden.
That he has, and he's having him fall very well. He's very patient. He knows where he needs to place that ball off the glass to get it to fall every time, and he's going to be a key part of the Dinos' comeback.
Stolen by Lancaster to Warburton, lay it up and in. And the Dinos get an easy basket off the turnover. It's over only number 4 for Delta, but it's back to 7 now, 37-30. Bundy with the ball right side. Picked up there by Orth. Lob pass down underneath. Shot is up off the glass. No good by Delta, but then they get the ball back on the wrong rebound. All the way to the basket. Lay it up. No good by Topham. Whistle and a foul. What do we got?
I think that one's going to be going against Delta, kind of grabbing around Cannon Mortensen as he tries to wrestle away that rebound. Good. One thing I really like about Cannon Mortensen is he's very level-headed on the court. He has taken some hits that would make most other people come up swinging, and he handles it with such grace. It really shows how big of a leader he is for this squad.
Fouls on Cleaver, his second. Team foul number 1, both with 1 foul, both teams. Warburton with the basketball. Picked up there by Robinson. Gives it to Cannon Mortensen. 3-point shot, rims around, no good. Whistle and an over-the-back foul on Orth on the rebound.
You know what? You don't want to see over the backs too often, but I do like the renewed intensity that the Dinos have brought out of the locker room. They're looking like a much more physical team here in the second half. They've responded in kind when they've had to, and they just need to keep pushing. As Orth picked up his third foul, he's one of the only Dinos who has committed a foul.
He comes out of the game with 3. Branch comes in for him, and with the basketball, it's Bundy. Bundy gives it to Robinson. 3-point line to Brow. Brow kicks it back over to Bundy. 3-point line picked up by Warburton. Takes the 3. Good. He had a man in front of him and a hand in his face, Aiden, and it didn't matter. He hits the 3.
Bronco Bundy running wild right now. I mean, at this point, it's hard to stop him when he has his rhythm going so efficiently.
40-30. Dinos with the ball. Cannon. Bounce pass goes to Branch. Branch 3. No, short. Rebound comes down to Delta. It's Cleaver. Cleaver ahead to Brow on the left side. Then he'll give it off to Robinson. 4:43 left to play, third quarter. It's a 10-point lead. Knocked out of bounds. Off Carbon. Well, I thought that went off Delta.
There's been a few like that, Sonny. I wonder
if
it's our angle, yeah. But one's gone in each direction.
Lancaster thought it was touched last by Delta as well, but Delta gets the basketball. 18 on the shot clock. 4:34 left to play. 3-point line. Swing it over the right side. It goes to Bundy. Still with it. Back to Robinson. 3-point line on the left side. Back to Bundy. Knocked away. Saved. Controlled by Delta. 2-1 and a shot clock violation.
And good defense by Carbon. I like Cannon diving out of bounds to save that ball. Kept Delta's possession alive, but with only about 5 seconds on the shot clock. From there, it was Carter Warburton playing pest as he forces a shot clock violation against the Rabbits.
Lancaster with the ball, hands it off. Gives it to Mortensen. Cannon for 3. Doesn't get the bounce, and the rebound comes down to Brow. He'll bring it up the floor himself down the right side. Now he gives it to Robinson on the left side. Stops at the three-point line. They don't pick him up. He puts up the three, no good. Rebound comes down to Cannon Mortensen. I was lucky on that one.
I was too close with the call. I agree, Sonny.
Warburton, nice pass. Kicks it outside to Lancaster on the baseline. Inside the three-point line, no. Won't go. The rebound, Robinson. He'll bring it up the floor himself. Past the half-court stripe he comes. Some contact, no whistle. Scramble for it. Delta gets it back and a timeout.
I feel right now the biggest problem with Carbon's offense is, first, they are kind of rushing a lot of shots. They're getting into situations where they're letting old habits die hard. They're bringing back kind of that freestyle offense that we saw a majority of the first half of the season instead of running a bit more of a set lineup. But I think one of the biggest flaws we're seeing right now is they're playing a little greedy. Normally you see this team making that extra pass, moving that ball around the perimeter, but it feels like everyone's just kind of taking the first shot that presents itself, or if they see the basket, they just stare it down and think, I have to shoot this.
Yeah. 40-30, third quarter. 2 fouls on the Dinos, only 1 on Delta. Region play here tonight on a Wednesday night. We'll have a day off, and then Friday night we'll be home at Carbon High School as Richfield comes to town.
Yeah, back in Jurassic Park, Sonny. And, you know, much like the second Jurassic Park movie, I think this game against the Wildcats is going to be a little better. This is a team where if they can get their rhythm, especially tonight, if they can get their feet underneath them and they can play out the rest of this game, a comeback still very well within reach.
Yeah. 10 points is nothing.
Yeah, 10 points. We saw that swing nearly in the first quarter.
Yes.
But it's going to come down to whether or not the Dinos want this tonight. That's going to be something that is kind of going to be key, one of those intangibles, the want on the court.
Robinson with the ball. Robinson swings over to the right side to Drowby, who checked into the ball game after the timeout. Perimeter passing, also checking in was Rollinson. So some changes on the Delta team. Here's a runner in the paint, good. Changes, and they make their presence known immediately. It's Drowby, and he has 4 points in the ball game. 42-30 the score. Dinos with the ball. Cannon inside, shot up, blocked. Turnover for the Dinos, and we come the other way. Turnover number 7. Delta with the ball, up 12. Bounce pass in the paint. Shot up and good. Rollinson gets his first basket of the ball game, and it's a 14-point lead. This is danger time now for the Dinos.
This says you need to respond on the offensive end, or else this game is going to fly even more out of hand.
Cannon for 3. No. Rebound Warburton. Nice offensive rebound. Gives it to Ty. Gets the bounce from 10.
Touches
Ty.
about every point of the basket before dropping, and it was one of those oh, no, yes moments.
44-32. Delta. Pass goes down low to Rollinson. Knocked away, controlled by the Dinos. Turnover for Delta, number 6. Fast break the other way, lay it up and in. It's Carter Branch with the easy 2. And the Dinos have cut it back to 10.
And we said danger time, and they recognize that on the court, and they start charging back into this game. This is going to lead to maybe some bad possessions from Delta. They want to stop the run.
Bounce pass in the paint. Shot up by Rollinson, and coming over to knock that ball out of bounds. It's a good block. I believe it was Ty Mortensen.
That was Ty flying up from behind Rollinson, smacking it out of bounds, nearly sending the ball into a bass drum of the pep band. They're flying all over the court.
In it comes for Delta. Here's a shot for 3. Count it. And the threes are dropping. It's Drowby for 3. And they're just dropping for Delta tonight all over the place. 3-point shot for the Dinos. Back the other way. Count it. Cannon Mortensen has 5. And they answer back. They keep it within 10.
Yeah, and this is one of those times where the other team is just hitting every 3 they put up. It's hard to stop when the other team finds such a zen along the arc.
Dinos almost with a turnover. The pass goes down underneath. Shot up and no good by Topham, and it goes out of bounds, and Delta will retain possession. Minute 13 left to play, third quarter, 47-37.
And I like the chippiness that's coming out on the court. These are teams who are really starting to show that emotion on the floor, something which Carbon lacked in the first half of this game.
In it comes. In the back. 3-point shot. Bundy misses. Offensive rebound. They get Bundy to miss, but they get the offensive rebound by Driggs. They get another chance with 1:03 left in the third quarter. Down it goes once again to Rawlinson. Bundy for three. This time partially blocked, and the Dinos get it. Fast break the other way. Delta gets back on defense. 3-point shot for Carbon. Good! Baseline right. It is Cannon Mortensen. He has 8 in the ball game. 47-40, and the Dinos don't go away.
They don't, and this is where we see forced possessions from Delta. They're going to try and hurry things up. It's going to lead to some careless plays.
Shot up off the glass, no. Whistle and a foul on Carbon, and they're going to say 2. So the free throw line goes Kobe Driggs. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And I like the idea of fouling. Keep in mind, this is the first time in the game that Carbon has had more fouls than the Rabbits, and it comes with 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Carbon playing with a lot of intensity right now, and I think that's having an impact on this game. They found themselves down 14. They've cut it back to 7. This is a team that isn't going to go away.
Driggs' free throw off, way off. And one more free throw to come with 31 seconds left to play in the third. Second free throw, that one's not.
That one had good form behind it.
48-40. Shot clock off, 29 on the game clock. Only one foul on Delta. They can play aggressive defense. Let's see if they do. They do. They get the steal. Dinos get it back, however. Swing it over to Lancaster, down to Carlson on the baseline. Shot from there is blocked. Rebound comes down to Delta. 10 seconds left to play. They'll get the last shot. 48-40, down to 6. 5. 3-point shot is an air ball. Rawlinson with the shot. No good. We've played 3 quarters.
And that was a lucky break for the Dinos there. That one nearly resulting in a buzzer-beating shot, giving up another offensive rebound. The story of the game for the Rabbits offensively has been 3-pointers and offensive rebounds off missed 3-pointers, leading to put-back opportunities. Carbon needs to shore up in this fourth and final quarter with those offensive boards. They can't allow any more of those, and they just need to keep getting a hand in the face of the shooter.
So the Dinos are outscored 15-14 in a very quick third quarter. Man, this has been a quick game. It's 48-40 as we go into the fourth quarter. This game hasn't even been in an hour yet, and we're hitting fourth quarter.
It's kind of crazy, Sonny.
Yeah, it seems like we're missing something, doesn't it?
It does. I feel like I black out and I miss half the game, but no, we've been calling this entire quarter. But I think Carbon has a real shot right now. Their offense started clicking. Cannon Mortensen has finally found his flow from beyond the arc. If he can get going, it really opens up the rest of the team because they're going to try and overcommit on Cannon to stop him from taking another 3. And that's what Delta's been doing so well along the perimeter. They've been buying overcommitment from the Dinos. They get the ball in the hands of Bundy or Robinson, and the Dinos send a double team their way. That opens up one of the other pair of the duo, and that's how they've been getting open 3 after open 3. The Dinos just can't overcommit in this fourth frame.
10 threes on the night for Delta. 30 out of the 48 points have come from beyond the arc for the Delta Rabbits. The lead by 8, and here we go. Fourth quarter action for the Dinos. Cannon Mortensen gives it to Orth. Orth, tip of the key. Call a travel. Turnover for the Dinos. Turnover number 8. They've done a great job keeping care of the ball tonight. Only 8 turnovers.
They have, and their season average is about 15 a game, so they're doing a good job holding that down low, but they do need to shore up defensively.
In the paint, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound up and no good. Cleaver Topham misses twice. A fast break the other way. Ahead to Cannon Mortensen. Just steals the ball right from him. And a turnover,
Bundy.
Bronco Bundy.
Who else?
Delta comes back the other way. Topham in the paint, blocked again. Tipped outside to Bundy. Bundy from 15, now down in the paint. Little spin move, good. That's a beautiful move by Cleaver. He has 8.
Cleaver's been an unsung hero for the Rabbits this game. He's been an integral part of building up this lead in the second half and helping the Rabbits maintain it.
50-40, 7 minutes left to play. Orth for 3. No. Rebound underneath, scramble for it. What do we got?
They haven't signaled yet. They're going to call jump ball.
And it will belong to Delta. took the referee a long time to call the jump ball.
It did. I think he was trying to decide whether or not that scrum was foul-worthy or not. In the end, decided not enough contact from either side. Calls the jump ball, gives Delta possession again with 6:50 left to go.
Bundy with it past the half-court stripe, picked up by Warburton, swings it right side to Robinson on the three-point line. Cross-court pass back to Bundy. Bundy down low to Topham, about 10 feet from the basket. Shot, no good. Offensive rebound controlled once again by Delta, up and in. Cleaver with the offensive rebound, and in the fourth quarter, all of a sudden, Delta's controlling the boards and a timeout, Carbon.
And that's been the theme the entire game, Sonny, is the offensive rebounding prowess that Delta has shown tonight. It feels like every time they miss a shot, someone is down there crashing the paint, out-muscling 3 Dino defenders, grabbing the rebound, either getting a putback or kicking it out for a 3. The Dinos need to do something about the offensive boards. You have 5 fouls. You need to send a message at some point.
Leading scorers for Delta tonight, Bundy has 22, Cleaver with 10, Robinson with 9, Drowby with 7, Rollinson with 2, Topham with 2, Driggs with 1 for the Carbon Dinos. Orth leads the way with 12, Mortensen with 8, Lancaster, Branch both with 5, and then Carlson with Ty Mortensen with 4, and Warburton with 2 for the Carbon Dinos. 52-40, 6:28 left to play here in the fourth quarter, and as you said, they got to clean up the boards and they got to eliminate the threes by Delta to get back in this game.
They do. If they can take out those two aspects of Delta, they've done a good job defending every other part. They've shut down the interior presence, especially off the drive. They've done a good job offensively setting themselves up. Now they just need to make those shots as well.
Dinos with the basketball coming out of the timeout. 6:26 left to play. Hasn't been a foul committed yet in the fourth quarter. Warburton with the basketball, top circle. Gives it left side to Branch. Branch drives inside baseline. Stops there, fakes, travel.
Yeah, that one you could tell from up here, Sonny, that was going to be a travel. Couldn't keep that pivot foot, trying to find something, a bit of a panic from the sophomore as he ends up taking the extra step and walking and giving Delta back the ball.
Bundy will bring it up the floor for the Delta Rabbits. Past the half-court stripe, comes right side. Picks up his dribble, gives it over to Brow, back to Bundy. Bundy swings it to Robinson left side. Robinson down to Cleaver on the baseline. Bounce pass in the paint. Triple teamed. Topham shot up, won't go. Gets his own rebound, puts it up and in. It was Cleaver getting the offensive rebound. He has 12, and it's 54-40.
And that, if they keep letting Delta do that, this game's all but over.
Strong move to the basket by Orth, whistling the foul. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2, as the shot did not go in. 54-40 with 5:45 left to play, and you're absolutely right. They can't let them continue to dominate the boards like they have here so far in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, if you're getting 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 looks at the basket on your own side of the ball, one of them is going to drop. And Delta has taken advantage of some pretty weak interior defense, especially when it comes to grabbing rebounds from the Dinos.
First free throw was up and no good. Second free throw was up and good. So Orth has 13. 54-41. Bundy with the ball. Gives it to Robinson over on the left side. Robinson still with it. Cleaver to Topham. Lay it up. Can't get it to go. And the rebound comes down to the Dinos. A whistle and a foul. Foul number 1 on Delta. The Dinos will throw it in. Nice offensive rebound that time by Carlson.
Yeah, Carlson finally stopping the offensive board from Delta. That's what they need to do more of in the remaining 5.5 minutes if they want to have a chance to claw back into this one. Because we've seen they can swing this game in their favor within 2 minutes and make it, again, a single-digit affair. But they need to bring the intensity in order to do that.
54-41. Dinos trail. Pass down in the paint is knocked away. Scramble for it, and it comes up to Delta. Turnover for the Dinos, number 11. Bundy with the basketball past the half-court stripe. He comes. Double team there in the right corner. Now dribbles past it into the corner. Still double teamed. Scramble for the ball. Lots of contact, and too much contact before the jump ball's called.
Yeah, no, that was looking more and more like it was about to break in a wrestling match.
Yeah.
It looks like Bundy saw one of those many wrestling banners hanging around the gym, decided, you know what, it's my time, and nearly flings Cannon out of bounds. But I agree, too long before that whistle is blown. You need to keep the player safe first and foremost.
4:54 and running, 54-41. Warburton has the ball stolen. Now a scramble for it on the ground and another jump ball or foul. Jump ball, and the ball belongs to Delta, so that'll be a turnover for the Dinos, number 12.
Sloppy play right now from Carbon, and that's what's costing them. This game was a very winnable affair, but you kind of keep shooting yourself in the foot. That's what's taking them back out of it.
Delta with the basketball, 28 on the shot clock, 4:40 left to play in the game, 54-41. Bundy with the ball, top of the key. Pass down underneath is knocked away. Turnover. Dinos have it the other way. Pass goes ahead to Mortensen, and they throw it away back. They give it right back to him. The Dinos don't get a look after the turnover. Robinson on the baseline. Knocked away. Save. Control by the Dinos. Getting really sloppy. And then giving it right back to them again. We go back and forth. Three-point shot. No good by Robinson. Rebound Warburton. Lots of contact. Whistle and a foul.
That was not a pretty stretch of basketball for either side in this game, Sonny. That was turnover after turnover, and a lot of them really avoidable. I mean, you don't need to be flinging the ball up court, especially if the man is closely guarded. It's like the game of football. You're not going to be forcing a pass downfield if your man is facing double coverage. You don't need to do that on the basketball court either.
Warburton with the basketball, swings it left side. It goes to Cannon Mortensen. Three-point line, down to Lancaster from 10, short. And the rebound comes down to Delta. Cleaver with the rebound. Cleaver ahead to Robinson. He'll bring it up the left side. Picked up there, double team. Cross-court pass goes to Bundy. Bundy down low to Rawlinson. Back outside to Brow. Fakes the three. Gives it to Robinson. He'll take the three. No good. Rebound Dinos. Another reach foul and a jump ball. We got a lot of reaching now. They let it go for a while, and then it gets worse as the game goes along if you let that go.
It does, and these two teams have shown that they are willing to tussle for those jump balls.
Yep.
You kind of need to call that jump ball faster or call the reach foul, or else these players are going to keep bringing the intensity on it.
3:19 left to play, 54-41. Game has gotten much more physical. Turnover for the Dinos, stolen by Bundy. Takes it all the way, spin move, lay it up, no good. Saved by the Dinos, scramble for it. And Delta gets it back with a new shot clock and 3 minutes left to play in the game. Bundy with the ball on the right side. Gives it to Robinson on the baseline right. Whistle and a foul on the Dinos.
And that's what we're talking about by letting the players get out of control on the court. You're going to see more of those push fouls. You need to kind of tighten up the whistle. I get that you have places to be. You want to go home. But at the same time, you need to keep in mind that these are teenagers on the floor. They're not known for being the most calm when things start getting physical.
2:54 left to play, 54-41. Dinos down 13.
I apologize. I flew off the handle there.
Delta with the basketball. With it is Robinson. They'll get it down underneath. Goes to Rawlinson. Bounce pass to Cleaver. Cleaver, reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Rawlinson, blocked. Nice block by Ty Mortensen. Robinson for just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound Dinos. Lassoni brings the ball down the floor, knocked out of bounds. I can't believe how the intensity in this game has picked up in the last 4 minutes.
It has. It has gotten very tense. I mean, at some points you can feel it up here, and you could cut it with a knife, the tension between these two teams.
And it comes into the backcourt. It goes to Warburton. He'll bring it past the half-court stripe. Still with the dribble. To Lancaster, right side. Lancaster down in the corner, goes to Bozzoni. Bounce pass stolen away, and a turnover for the Dinos. Turnover number 15.
I wasn't going to say it, but earlier entering the fourth quarter, I said they just need to avoid a 7-turnover quarter, and they have done just that.
Yep. Three-point shot. Not close. Rebound out of bounds. Should be Dino ball. They're going to give it to Delta. I thought it went off Delta, but maybe not. We are a little bit of ways.
We are. I thought I saw some Carbon contact on it, but refs, like you said, definitely have the superior vantage point over us tonight.
In it comes to Robinson. Thought about the three, changes his mind. Swings it over left side, back to the right side. It goes to Robinson. Bounce pass down in the paint. Whistle and a travel. Travel on Cleaver. Turnover number 10 for Delta. 1:46 left to play. It's still 54-41. Seems like we've been on that score for a little bit.
Yeah, I haven't had to change this virtual scoreboard for a second. Both of these teams just struggling offensively. Defense has been stellar, though, from both sides over the last few minutes.
If it stays that way, advantage Delta. They're up 13. The bounce pass goes down underneath and a turnover for the Dinos on the baseline. Mortensen tried to get it to Warburton. Warburton gets the steal. Cannon Mortensen for three, no good, and the rebound comes down to Delta. The Dinos had a chance to cut that lead to 10. Ooh. Back the other way, nice play, but he stepped out of bounds. Beautiful play by Cannon Mortensen to stay with it.
That was a snatch block. He grabbed it right out of the air, pulled it down to his side. That was really cool to watch.
Yeah. Minute 16 left to play. Time running out for the Dinos, down 13.
Yeah, no, I hate to say it, but in the game of high school basketball, scoring 13 points in the last minute is a tall task.
Shot up, no good. Offensive rebound by Cleaver. He gets his own rebound, puts it up, and it's good. He has 15.
And 11 of those have come in the second half of play.
Whistle, travel for the Dinos on the other side of the court. So the turnover with 1:02 left to play. And a timeout called by Carbon. 1:02 left to play. It's the Dinos trailing Delta 56-41 here on 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play. Don't go anywhere.
Soups are in at Swift's Stop and Shop, your gas and convenience store with more. Serving up delicious cook-to-order food like Swift's Soup of the Day and Soup and Sandwich combos, less than $5. Check their Facebook page and see what they're serving.
Oh, by the way, Swift is a Shell station. So if you have a Smith's fuel card, you can redeem your fuel rewards points at Swift. So pump up the savings and
start slurping some soups. From Swift Stop and Shop, North Main Street in Helper.
Open late.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
56-41, Delta with the lead. The three-point shooting tonight for Delta, just too much for the Carbon Dinos.
That it has been, Sonny, and when they have missed those three-pointers on those rare occasions, they've had players down low cleaning up the offensive glass, getting put-back points, and that's just something that Carbon hasn't matched tonight.
56-41, minute 2 left to play. On the floor for the Dinos is Lancaster, Ty Mortensen, Cannon Mortensen, Carter Warburton, and Kyler Orth. That's the five on the floor for the Carbon Dinos. Here we go. Delta will throw it in. The Dinos won't full court pressure. They'll just pick up a half court with under a minute left to play.
You need a Reggie Miller-esque, a T-Mac-esque performance now if you want to win this game. And if you're playing half-court defense with the time continuing to tick down, that's just not going to do it.
48 seconds left to play. Dinos are trying to foul. They only have one foul in the quarter anyway, but they're not trying to foul. They let Delta go to the basket, and Brow with his first points of the ball game. 58-41, as we now have 33 seconds left to play. Timo will come into the ball game. Warburton will take a seat with 33 seconds left to play. Delta up 17.
You got to give credit to the Rabbits. They've played this game and they have crashed the board. They've done the intangible things that you want teams to do.
The Dinos were doing pretty well on the turnover situation, but here in the fourth quarter, here's another one right now. 20 seconds left to play and the shot clock off. 58-41. Robinson with the ball picked up there. Goes to the three-point line and swings it back outside. It goes to Brow. Brow back over to Robinson. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that's how this game will end tonight. Final score tonight here at Delta. Delta Rabbits 58, and the Carbon Dinos 41. You are listening to Carbon Dino Basketball, 95.3 The Peak. This is where the Dinos play.
How well do algorithms answer your questions?
Your specific query will be addressed with a pre-written, standardized reply.
When you need help with life's important decisions like life insurance, home and auto coverage, and even retirement planning, rely on relationships, not robots. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
In the Castle Country, call your local Farm Bureau agent, Jill Jensen, at 637-8400 for a free quote today.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Hey there, food lovers. It's Bill Hicks from Farlano's Cafe, your new favorite spot for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Whether you're craving a hearty omelet, a fresh salad, our golden curly fries, or our mouth-watering pastas, we've got you covered. And we're open 7 days a week. So come on down to Farlano's Cafe, where every meal is a celebration. Remember, it's where the locals eat. Visit us at Farlano's, where great food and great company come together. See you soon.
My son and daughter both play sports, a lot of sports, and with that can come injuries, bruises, sprains, and unfortunately breaks. That's why we use Eastern Utah Imaging. They're a convenient and local option for imaging and an important part of a student-athlete's team.
Eastern Utah Imaging for high-quality, affordable MRI and X-ray services. Many quick scans take 30 minutes or less. You can call for an appointment or ask your doctor to refer you to Eastern Utah Imaging, North Fairgrounds Road in Price. Call 636 X-ray. That's 636-9729.
Imagine a smooth, hassle-free journey to the front door of your new home with the Driggs Mortgage Team guiding you every step of the way. Hi, this is Greg Driggs. Our seasoned experts understand the ins and outs of home financing and refinancing. Come visit us at our new permanent address, 8 East Main in Price, where we plan to be a staple for years to come. Start your journey today. Call 801-427-3577. The Driggs Mortgage Team, NMLS number 272076, Equal Housing Opportunity. Driggs Mortgage Team is a DBA of Premier Mortgage Resources, LLC, NMLS 1169.
At Desert View Federal Credit Union, driving away in your dream car is as seamless as the open road. With personalized lending solutions and branches in Huntington and Farron, getting the financing for your new car, truck, or SUV is easy. Desert View Federal Credit Union can even finance RVs. Experience the credit union difference. Go talk to a loan officer today.
Membership and eligibility apply. Loans on approved credit. Member NCUA.
At Desert View, it's all about you.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak, KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union post-game show. Dinos fall short tonight, 58-41. Talk a little bit about the Spirit card before we go into the stats, would you?
Eastern Utah Community Credit Union Spirit card, Sonny. Let me tell you, I loved when we pulled up to Chick-fil-A before today's game, and I could reach in my wallet and see that beautiful smiling T-Rex on my Eastern Utah Community Credit Union debit card. Those are available at every Eastern Utah Community Credit Union branch. You can get them in Grand, you can get them in Carbon, you can get them in Emory. As a proud former Spartan, Sonny, I carry the Dinos with me wherever I go.
Final score once again tonight, 58-41. Fourth quarter, the Dinos were outscored 10-1. You know, we talk about those quarters where the Dinos just, they've had, we got to be honest, right? They've had some rough quarters this season. The fourth quarter tonight was one of those rough quarters. They're outscored 10-1. Yeah. You know, Delta only scored 10 points. They played good defensive-wise, but just could not get the ball in the basket on the offensive side.
And it's a real shame because they had a lot of open looks that definitely, if they were falling, could have helped Carbon claw their way back into this one. But you can't be outscored 10-1 in the final frame.
A lot of turnovers.
And that's what I was about to get to, too. How many turnovers did they finish with?
They ended up with 18 turnovers tonight.
And they enter the fourth quarter with only 8. Now, I wasn't going to say anything entering that third quarter. You were talking turnover differential. You said they have 8 on the night. On the season, they average about 15.
Right.
So I was saying, barring a 7-turnover quarter, the Dinos had a chance to claw back into this one. Not only did they have the 7-turnover quarter, they had 10. And you can't win a basketball when you're not making shots. You can't get to those shots because of turnovers, and you're allowing multiple opportunities on the other end for the Rabbits. They were offensive rebounding machines tonight.
Well, they were offensive rebounding machines, but they shot the ball so well from the three-point line. And some of those three-point shots were wide open shots, but some of them were not easy threes. They were just filling it tonight from the three-point line, and the Dinos just really didn't have an answer for all the threes that Delta hit tonight.
Yeah, no, it was a bit of an anomaly in terms of game flow. You're rarely going to see a high school opponent drain as many contested threes as the Rabbits did tonight. It was something that really I don't think I've ever seen. Well, I guess we saw it once in the Emory game. The other team comes out of the break or they enter the game, and they just decide to themselves, I'm going to make every shot I take. And when the other team can get in that rhythm, they can get in that flow, it's hard to compete.
They hit 11 threes tonight, did Delta, so they were filling it from the three-point line. Let's take a look at some stats first for Delta. Leading the way, Bronco Bundy, 22 points. He was on fire tonight, hitting threes from all over the place. As I said, he had 6 threes tonight for Bronco Bundy.
And that's 18 points right there out of his 22 coming from beyond the arc. And like you said, a lot of these, the Dinos did contest him, and they contested him well, but there are a few, maybe 2 or 3, that you wish you could have back. They just didn't apply the defensive pressure that you would have wished they could have.
Brody Cleaver, he had a great game tonight as well. He had 4 points in the first half, but he had 11 in the second half. He was huge in the second half for Delta. He finishes with 15 on the night. Cy Drowby comes off the bench and has 7. Mason Robinson, 9 points all in the first half, scoreless in the second half. But then after that came Rawlinson with 2, Brow with 2, Topham with 2, and Driggs with 1 for a total of 58 points. They shot 3 for 4 from the free throw line and had 11 turnovers on the night for the Delta Rabbits.
And Brody Cleaver, he was probably the most impactful player for the Rabbits in that second half. They did
Absolutely.
a good job shutting down Bundy. They shut down Robinson, held him scoreless, but you give up 11 points to Brody Cleaver, normally averaging about 5 a game. He outdoes that in spades tonight. He was a major contributor for the Rabbits and someone who I think they're probably going to start giving more of a look, especially when he's crashing the glass as well as he does.
Yeah, he played well tonight in the second half. For the Carbon Dinos, leading the way tonight, Kyler Orth. 10 points in the first half, 3 in the second half. Finishes with 13 points tonight coming off the bench. It's nice to have Orth back playing for the Carbon Dinos. Had a good night tonight. He really was aggressive, taking the ball to the basket, and just a good night.
He did, and he played very aggressive defense. He was the only Dino who had multiple fouls over the course of the game. He ended with 3, and he was a real spark for the Dinos, a role where we normally see it filled by Carter Warburton, but tonight Orth was the spark plug for the Dinos.
Cannon Mortensen had 2 in the first half, 6 in the second for a total of 8. Then came Carter Branch with 5, Ty Mortensen with 4, Evan Lancaster with 5, Carlson with 4, and Warburton with 2 for the Dinos for a total of 41 points. They shot 5 free throws. They made 3 out of 5 and 18 turnovers on the night for the Carbon Dinos. Again, the final score tonight here at Delta High School, 58-41. We'll take a break. When we come back, more of the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show.
Imagine the sound of a basketball swishing through the net at the game buzzer. That's the sound of you scoring big with Eastern Utah Community Credit Union's Slam Dunk Savings Accounts. Just like a winning team will strategize their plays, we will help you plan your financial future with competitive interest rates and unbeatable customer support. Whether you're saving for college, a new home, or retirement, make a fast break to Eastern Utah Community Credit Union and let your savings game reach MVP status. Join our team today and start winning with your money.
Membership and eligibility required. NCUA insured. Loans approved on credit.
Discover peace of mind with Dawn's Hometown Insurance, now even closer to home at their new location, 58 West Main Street in Price. Connect directly with friendly agents, ready to tailor a package just for you. Imagine bundling your home, auto, and life insurance, simplifying your life while maximizing savings. Experience personalized service designed to protect what matters most to you. Visit Dawn's Hometown Insurance today and feel the difference.
Clean Cut Roofing and Siding.
Do you sell lightsaber chopsticks?
No.
Bagpipes?
Definitely not.
Screaming goats?
What?
I thought you said you had something for everyone.
Yes, something for everyone that needs any type of new roof or siding.
Oh, so no cowbells?
No, we're roofing and siding experts, but maybe with more cowbell.
Since 2003, you get peace of mind every time with Clean Cut Roofing and Siding. CleanCutRoofingSiding.com.
Well, this is way beyond my skills.
Time to call Frank.
Honey, did you mean my dad, Steve?
No, Frank at Central Commission and Helper. Frank and his staff will give me the best advice and supplies I need. He's the father of good advice and better than you at this stuff.
No argument there.
Central Commission and Supply Company is a family-owned and local hardware and lumber store. Plumbing, paint, electrical, with better prices, better service, and better knowledge than the big box stores. Central Commission, North Main Street in Helper.
At Castle Country Vet, they believe every pet deserves a touch of love and expert care. You can trust Dr. Harmer and Dr. Kelly. They're not just veterinarians, but passionate pet lovers, dedicated to nurturing your furry friends like family. From routine checkups to emergency interventions, you and your pet will experience compassionate, professional care every step of the way. Let Castle Country Vet help your pets lead the happiest, healthiest lives. Call Castle Country Vet today, 637-5797, because love is a four-legged word.
At A Perfect Smile, they specialize in transforming your smile with precision and care. From porcelain veneers and dental implants to orthodontics, crowns, and bridges, their expertise covers every aspect of general and cosmetic dentistry. Dr. Jackson and his team are here to address even the most challenging dental concerns, helping you achieve a smile you'll love. Ready for a smile makeover? Call A Perfect Smile today, 637-2100, to schedule an appointment.
Imagine this. You're cruising down the highway, windows down, music up, but suddenly your car sputters. Don't let car troubles break your stride. At Cars, Complete Auto Repair Service in Wellington, they're dedicated to keeping your vehicle running smoothly so you can keep enjoying those flawless drives. From regular maintenance like oil changes and wheel alignments to tune-ups and even new tires, Cars is here to help. Visit Cars today and drive away confident knowing your car is in its best shape ever.
You're listening to Carbon Dino Basketball on the Peak KRPX 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to the Eastern Utah Community Credit Union postgame show. The final score once again tonight, Delta 58, the Carbon Dinos 41. Give the Rapids credit. They played a good game tonight. They shot the ball well. They rebound well. And they played a good game tonight here at home, and the Dinos need to bounce back now on Friday night, as we'll be back home at Carbon High School against Richfield. We'll be there pregame 6:30, tip-off 7 o'clock here on 95.3 The Peak, where the Dinos play. This is the place you need to be for Carbon Dino basketball. We will be there for you. And Aiden, you have some scores from around the state here before we call it an evening.
Yeah, let's take a look at some scores from around the state now. A real nail-biter happening down in Millard as the Beavers up narrowly 69-66 with 4 seconds left. Millard with the ball in their hands. We'll see if that score develops as we're talking. Final on our sister station, KOAL 107.3 FM and 750 AM. Richfield comes away with the 21-point victory, snapping Emory's 5-game win streak, 54-33. Juab storming from behind to come away with a win against North Sanpete, 51-45. Canyon View defeating Manti at the Nest, 59-41. Those are some scores from around the states. A lot of Region 12 action tonight.
Yep, and here, as we said again, Dinos fall short to Delta 58-41. Now, we play Richfield on Friday night. The Dinos have to bounce back because Richfield, we feel, is one of the best teams in 3A. We feel that. And you look at the RPI rankings, and I forgot where they were sitting.
They sit at 2, Sonny.
2, yeah. I've got so many numbers here in front of me. Sitting at 2, they're a very good basketball team. The Dinos are at home. They need to bounce back off of this, forget about this game, and come out Friday night and give Richfield a battle.
Yeah, if you can steal a game from Richfield, even if it's at home or on the road, that's going to be a massive confidence boost heading into the rest of the season. That's a team where if you can upset the Wildcats, who have become one of the premier programs in 3A over the past few decades, if you can upset them, then you're setting yourself up for success at the right time. The Dinos could start peaking, as after that Richfield game, they only have against Manti, at Emory, against Canyon View, and home against North Sanpete. So 5 games left on the season, Sonny. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, the season's rounding the turn and heading for home, as they say. So, and then it'll be playoff time for the Carbon Dinos. Once again, the final score, 58-41. Delta with the win over the Carbon Dinos here on 95.3 The Peak. Where the Dinos playing. Anything else before we call it an evening?
We'll be back at Jurassic Park on Friday. A good bounce-back opportunity for the boys in blue.
Looking forward to that game Friday night. said, Richfield's a very good basketball team. The Dinos can play with them. There's no doubt about it. And we'll see what happens Friday night at Carbon High School. And with that, we're going to call it an evening here from Delta High School. I want to thank Delta for their hospitality. They've been great to us tonight. Aiden Mortensen, Sonny Buscarini here in the Sutherland's broadcast booth. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast as much as we enjoy bringing it to you every night. Carbon Dino basketball, once again, the final score, Delta 58, Carbon 41. We will see you Friday night at 6:30 at